Hey besties, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Dr. Singh, aka Miss Purple. I am really sorry for being so inconsistent, guys. My schedule has been tough and I have been battling with some serious interpersonal issues. So I haven't forgotten about this channel. It's still one of my dreams to still build it and take you on this journey of becoming something that I hope to be in the future. And yes, so let's go. This is going to be the raw, real truth of my community service. I never thought I'd be sharing a story where I tell you that I went from loving surgery and wanting to be a surgeon to falling in love with anesthesia in a hospital I was terrified of going to. So grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and let's go. So let's start from the beginning. For those of you who have known me from med school and have known me throughout this journey, you know that I was obsessed with surgery. The scalpel, the scrubs, the theater lights, the glitz and glamour, that was me. The cutting, the blood, the emergencies, that was me. And I even submitted an application to the hospital asking for general surgery, orthopedics, and plastic surgery. However, by God's grace, or the divine intervention of the Department of Health, somehow I got placed in anesthesia.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
So I didn't fight it. I went with it as I always believe it's a part of God's plan or it's a part of my journey, and I'm going to play the hand that life deals me. And in med school, I hated anesthesia. It felt like quantum physics, guys. The vitals, the drugs. Some of the drugs I couldn't even pronounce. I used to dream about them in my sleep. Calculating drug doses constantly, having someone's life in your hand constantly, and that scared me. I hid away from it in med school and I built a solid foundation of hatred for anesthesia. So I was placed at Robert Mangaliso Sobukwe Hospital in Kimberley in the Northern Cape, and it is quite a prestigious hospital for academic training, especially with surgery and anesthesia.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. I'm saying.
So yes, again, I was going to play the hand that life deals me, and I was going to persevere through this and come out strong. I was really scared, guys. This place was like 11 hours away from home by a drive and 2 flights away, which is quite expensive for someone like me, your girl on a budget. So yeah, I was scared. I did have a very close friend of mine that helped. We both worked towards getting in here, so I did have a friend, but it was quite isolating, to be honest. And when I got to the department, I met my CommServe team, and guys, I think my CommServe team and most of the senior MOs that I worked with were the real reason that I managed to pull through the year and not demise due to my mental health and everything that I was going through. They really took me under their wings. We became family. They treated me with so much of kindness and respect, and I'll never forget that. You know, my community service year was one of the biggest years in my medical journey, and yes, it made me stronger. It did break me though, but I built myself up. I gained valuable experience, and overall, I wouldn't change it for anything. I am so grateful that I got this opportunity to be in the hospital, because I went from someone hating anesthesia and not knowing anything to be able to handle really, really bad red emergency cases and be able to do neurosurgery cases. So I'll forever be grateful for that. So Department of Health and dear God, thank you for everything that you've done for me. Talking more about how it was, you may be placed anywhere. You may be placed deep rural, in a district hospital, in a CHC, but you need to have a game plan, whether it's walking away with an HIV diploma, a DIPEC, a DA, or maybe even attempting your primaries in the year. My advice to you would be not to run away from that. Try to do all your courses whenever you get the chance. I know leave is important and you want to travel. I was still able to travel and do my courses get them out of the way, and be prepared for post-community service, because that was still another struggle that we had to get to, and everybody was so afraid and worried about job prospects. So guys, if you are entering community service, get your courses done, your BLS, your ACLS, your PALS, ultrasound courses, ECG courses. Save up and do them as soon as possible, because this is what puts you above most of the candidates, and this is what also stood out for me when I reapplied as a medical officer to this exact same hospital. So what was my day one like at RMSH? Guys, I have really bad anxiety, and I was so anxious from everything that I've heard, how strict the consultants are and how academic they are. I was really scared. I was shit scared. I felt like the dumbest person in the room, and I almost peed my pants. Okay, there's another story for another day, and I'm going to tell you about that. But you know, I was terrified, and I honestly didn't know what to expect. From the moment we got there, it was so academic. There were so many advanced cases being discussed, and I was just sitting there in awe, wondering if I'd ever be able to even speak that way. So yeah, it was quite daunting, but the seniors that I worked with from day one, they didn't just teach me, they raised me. They taught me how to intubate, how to manage crashing spinal, how to manage an emergency, how to manage a TBI. So yes, I loved the people that I worked with. Most of them became my mentors. So I advise, please find someone good, someone solid, not just to be your mentor for academics, but someone that you can actually talk to about your social or things that you're struggling with, the struggles that you have in terms of your life, your health. Mental health is important, guys, and you really need a lot of support. Don't isolate yourself. Don't succumb to your thoughts. You know, it gets dark, especially when you're all alone in a new place. Get a friend, get a therapist, get someone, get a pet. It helps a lot, but don't forget about yourself in this process. So our day-to-day was quite basic in the beginning. We got about 3 months of probation. We would be fully supervised during our cases, and then as we became stronger, we would have to manage cases on our own. Basically 2 comm subs running a theater. We did ortho cases, plastic surgery, urology, gynae, maternity, neurosurgery cases. So it was quite vast. Our calls were, to say the least, exciting. But yes, maternity could be hell sometimes. We would start at 4 doing emergency cases and ending at around 8 a.m. and you would hardly rest. But there weren't so many days like that. We did have days where it was more relaxed and we could sleep for about 2 to 3 hours during our call. The calls are quite hectic sometimes, but you always have supervision and you always have someone that's there to support you and give you guidance in case of emergencies that you can't handle. And I always had that in this hospital, so I'm grateful for the exposure that I had. Anything else I would like to say? Yeah, give yourself grace, guys. It takes time. It took me time, but with a lot of effort and studies, you will get there like I did. If anesthesia is something you're thinking about. But make no mistake, it wasn't always sunshine and halothane. There were days where I shut down. There were days I cried in my car, cried in the shower, not slept for weeks. There were days I didn't even feel like a real person. There were days I felt like I was really incapable of doing medicine when I had a patient that didn't come off the table. And to be honest, the only thing that got me through all of this was support from my family, support from my friends. I don't want to get emotional, but it's tough. It's tough being this person, this medical person that you have to constantly have a plan A, plan B, plan C, or you have so many lives in your hands, and when something happens, you really start to doubt yourself. So I faced that many times. Sorry for becoming emotional. But yes, I struggle with this, and I really hope that no one else has to go through those moments that I went through. You have to be strong. You have to have a lot of support. Oh, my landlady's dog is coming to say hi. But yes, guys, this journey of medicine, it's something so mystical, so magical, so emotional. You have to be a fighter to be here. You have to be strong to be here, and no human can be strong all the time. So take it from me. I take it from someone who has had equal battles just like any other human being, that no matter what life throws at you, always remember that you'll be able to rise up. You'll be able to learn and do better, and make sure you learn from your mistakes. I still sit and think about mistakes that I've made in the past, and it's hard to let go sometimes, especially when it left a very big impact in your life. So get a friend, get someone that's there to support you wholeheartedly, and someone that's not going to abandon you, someone that understands what this journey is like. It's okay to have a mental health issue. It's not something that's embarrassing. You need to take care of it just like you take care of any other chronic illness that exists. So no, I didn't end up in surgery, but I found something better. I found a better version of myself, and I found that I could rise under pressure, that I could still show up on my toughest days and still be strong for myself and for my patients. And anyone that's starting their community service, their internship, or your first day of your medical officer post, I want you to remember that sometimes the detour is the path, and play the hand that life deals you. It's okay to be scared, but remember, you've come so far. You've done so much. Think of this journey as something that's going to be challenging but so rewarding at the end. And I'm always here for you. And don't forget to leave a comment and share a thought. I love reading your comments, and I'm always here on this journey with you. Bye.